right, welcome back. Yet again, we're back to the Sports Desk Live here on YouTube. All right, thank you for everybody who's deciding to take some time out of their day to join us on yet another episode, man. So it is the NBA Finals time, 2024 NBA Finals. We're going to get into all of the matchups, predictions, and everything of what we expect with these upcoming finals, which are very, very intriguing and exciting. But we have a couple of things to discuss before we get to that. But first, it's your guy, it's your man's, one more time, your very favorite sportsologist, Dedrick L. Hicks Jr.
And this your man, Black. Man, I'm excited to be back. I'm ready for another episode. Do you know what it is, man? Let's get into it.
Absolutely. All right, Black. So it is that time of year again. And please, before we get started, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up if you are liking what you are seeing and what you are hearing. It really helps the channel continue to grow and reach out to other algorithms and other channels out there who enjoy sports. So we cover basketball, football, combat sports, wrestling. We got the Olympics coming up. So many different things that we tap into here, right here on the Sports Desk Live, right here on YouTube. All right. So, Black, let's get into it. The 2024 NBA Finals are approaching. But first, I feel like, we haven't really got a chance to give our thoughts and our opinions on all of the energy that the WNBA has, and rightfully so. I, for one, am very excited for that league and all of the women who participated in that league, and everybody who has a hand in making the WNBA is what it is today. But let's be real and let's be clear. There are a few reasons why the WNBA is popping, but there's one young lady in particular who has really put the WNBA on a rocket ship, and her name is Caitlin Clark. Whether you like her, whether you love her, whether whatever it is, how you feel about her, that is the fact that Caitlin Clark has a large portion of the reason why a lot of eyes are on the WNBA. Not saying nothing about the stars. Asia Wilson is my favorite WNBA player, and she has been. Kelsey Plum, Brittany Griner, Taurasi over the years. There's so many great players that are in the WNBA, but this is a different time and a different feel. And Caitlin Clark is leading the charge with her and Angel Reese and different young players that are coming into the league. So, Black, let's talk about Clark specifically. Number 1 pick overall by the Indiana Fever. They are not a very good basketball team. They have a lot of young pieces, including Aaliyah Boston, who went number 1 last year, Caitlin Clark, who went number 1 this year. They're still trying to figure it out. But there's a target on Caitlin Clark's back. I want to know how you feel about the physicality that she's been facing and the media trying to sort and separate what they're seeing when it comes to Clark. Are they being biased, or is Caitlin Clark being done unfairly?
In my opinion, I think, and it was kind of tough to really look at everything that was going on. And the first thing I want to say about Caitlin Clark is a lot of these women that's playing need to really be happy. They may not be happy in the fact that the attention that she's getting, but if you're looking at it from the business standpoint, she's going to generate a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you know what that means for the other WNBA players? That means your salaries is going to go up.
Yes.
It's been a very long time. Maybe we can go back to Candace Parker when attention was warranted for a player coming into the WNBA. I mean, this high profile. If you want to say maybe not Candace Parker on this is different. It's different time.
It's different.
Social media really wasn't a huge thing when Candace Parker was in the WNBA. But if you want to, I'm just talking about the basketball player.
I got you.
But with social media and everything, man, Caitlin Clark, I feel like she deserves a lot of credit, man, because this is not only we was thinking maybe she was such a great college basketball player and that was going to be that, but she has stormed into the WNBA, man, and
she's a star.
I mean, she's a
It's hard.
legit star. She's a bona fide star. I mean, the big three didn't offer her $5 million for nothing. The big three league off Ice Cube offered her $5 million to come play over there.
Sorry.
But because she's a star, and I think that's something that the WNBA needed. The separation did come on, man. It's just basketball. Everybody, it's basketball. I don't think it need to be no separation. A lot of people going to take it that way because of her race, and they feel like they're going to push the narrative about her, the narrative being pushed about her being white and been in the game of basketball.
Who
I
cares?
don't think that has nothing to do with it. She's a bona fide star. She can play the game, and it's going to keep being that way as long as she. I mean, they selling out arenas. They went to They went to I don't even if Madison Square Garden or something they just played in recently, and
Yeah.
it was sold out. I mean, stars were sitting on the court side like it was a Knicks game.
Right.
Like, I mean, man, she's a bona fide star. Has been since her junior year at Iowa,
Yep.
and it's going to stay that way. But I'm happy for the NBA as a WNBA as a whole, man. Look, they wasn't taking private flights nowhere. Now they are.
Yep.
Come on, that says a lot, D. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, Caitlin Clark comes to the league, and they're taking private flights to places that they want to go travel now. So, um, I love what's going on with Caitlin Clark. I think that she needs to keep, like I heard LeBron say something. She just need to focus on the game and can block out all the noise because it's a lot of noise around her. But she's a great basketball player, man. And I think Boston has some nice young pieces. They just got to get the right coaching and
Indiana.
get things together, and they'll be a really good team. But as far as Caitlin Clark, D, I'm with it, man. If she gonna bring some shine to the WNBA, which they need, she's gonna generate a lot of revenue, a lot. I mean, a lot of everything for the WNBA. We already seeing it. They on ESPN more. You see them on ABC now. Like, it's really good to see the WNBA in the spotlight that they are because of Caitlin Clark.
So I got 2 points here. The first point is she's a star. She's a talent who has played the game of basketball in the collegiate ranks at a high level. Is Caitlin Clark the greatest women's basketball player ever? No, she isn't. But Caitlin Clark is a part of an era that social media and the media is nonstop 24/7. The way that she plays the game, she has tenacity. She's tough. She's one of the greatest shooters to ever shoot the basketball, men or women. She has so much to offer the game. She is the girl that a lot of younger girls look at and they want to imitate. Like, she is making the game cool. And I'm not going to credit her 100%. I'm an Angel Reese fan. I love the swag down in the Bayou where they was down at LSU and Kim Mulkey and her crew was running shop, won them a title and really elevated the game of basketball as well. There's several players. Like right now we got Juju out here, USC. She's doing the thing. Paige Buckets. You can, like, there's so much talent, but let's keep a buck a buck. The two stars that are helped transcend it is Reese and it's Clark. But Clark is sitting on a higher level. You want to know why? She's the all-time leading scorer in women's history. She's a guard. She has the ball in her hand. She moves around off screens, bang from three. She's scoring 40 at a clip. She's scoring 35 at a clip. She's doing things that Angel Reese can't do on the basketball floor because Angel Reese is a power forward. Look at the game. You know the old quote, chicks dig the long ball. When you hit a home run, look up the quote, you youngsters out there who are watching, Google it. You hit a home run and everybody goes crazy. Well, guess what's happened with basketball? The 3-point shot. It used to be the slam dunk. When Jordan and his era, they were dunking and but
Steph
now
Curry
it's
effect.
Steph Curry
Just call it
coming
the
off.
Steph Curry effect, my boy.
Steph Curry coming off screens, letting it rip. Now you got Luka coming from half court. Now you got Dame Lillard. Like, that's what it is. And Caitlin brings all of that. And that's what people are attracted to. So she's brought a lot to the game. She will continue to bring a lot to the game. And because of that, more stars will rise in the game. You will pay attention to more athletes in the WNBA. That's how you want it to be. Like, this is literally the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson effect in the WNBA. That's what she's bringing.
Yeah.
He's bringing more eyes, more coverage. No disrespect to the league. None. They have great talent. The Las Vegas Aces are really like that. Asia Wilson is really like that. You know, Brianna Stewart is really like that.
Yeah.
Like, you have great talent, but we got to separate the two for a second. You want to talk basketball? Cool. You want to talk star power? We got to keep it real. Now let's go to the court. I wish everybody would shut up about her being fouled hard. I wish everybody would shut up about she's coming off screens and she catches her elbows. Shut up. This is sports.
Yes.
This is basketball, and her general manager set up there like Caitlin Clark got ambushed on the court and was beat upside the head with a bat. She shouldn't have never said what she said. So what do you want Caitlin Clark to do? You want her to wear all white and not get dirty? That's not going to happen. She's going to have a tough go round until she can figure it out, and she will figure it out. And the thing I love about Caitlin, she ain't crying. She ain't complaining. She not on a media tour saying, oh my God, I'm being treated. So she ain't doing none of that. She's taking her lumps. She's earning her stripes. And believe it, folks, she will detonate one day.
Yeah.
And when she does detonate, it's going to be really bad. It's going to be bad for a lot of teams. So all the media, I was so embarrassed watching certain media from ESPN. They sitting up there bickering and barking. I ain't going to mention no names because I don't want them to find out about my channel and cancel it. All that bickering, barking about, oh, she got checked. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
It's sports, man. It's sports.
Physicality.
Yes.
She's a rookie with hype. What happens? They get dealt with. They learn from it. They grow. Name a great. Look at the Jordan rules. My God. Jordan was getting slaughtered out here before he was able to get to where he wanted to go. There's several different examples of players with height that got dealt with. It's a rare occasion where a player can come into the game and go unscathed. It just really doesn't happen like that. Sid the Kid, LeBron James, you name them, they dealt with it from the media and on the floor, on the grass, on the court, wherever they are. They deal with it. So we got to relax on this. Watch the games. Enjoy. Watch the development of the league. I'm watching WNBA every night. Every night that the NBA ain't on, I'm watching WNBA. I'm watching. I'm seeing what's going on around the league because the sport is developing and it's evolving. So, hey, all the grown men out there bickering or barking, shut up. Shout out to McNutt from ESPN. Shout out to her for keeping it a buck. Just being real. What you expect's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, Caitlin Clark is going to be fine. She is a star. No matter how you feel about her, not love her or hate her, her talent is undeniable. She deserves where she is. She is going to get to where she's going because of her talent. That's where she's going to go. She's going to win. And Nike paid her $28 million for a reason. Because those Kobe's that she wears every weekend, they look beautiful on her. And you know what Nike said? Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Just like when LeBron James stepped on the floor for the first time. Boy, those Nikes look good on LeBron. Cha-ching. Boy, when Michael Jordan got his first shoe, boy, them Air Jordan 1s or something else. Cha-ching. They're stars, people. They are stars.
Yep.
So, shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to the entire WNBA. Shout out to everybody giving their opinion because that's exactly what these are. She'll be just fine. She's a great talent, but she's going to be treated like the star that she is. And that is that. And folks, it's sports.
Yeah. And you want to know what else is crazy, bro? What do you expect? You expect these veteran players in the WNBA to back down? They're not going to back down from no rookie.
No.
They ain't finna be like, oh, Caitlin Clark, come in and just take over the league. We're going to give it to you. No, you got to earn it.
Yes.
Everyone the league just wasn't given to LeBron James. He had to earn it.
Everyone earns it.
On the golf course, Tiger Woods, it just wasn't given to Tiger Woods. He had to earn it.
Yeah.
In tennis, Serena Williams just wasn't given to her. She had to earn it.
Yeah.
These are great players we're talking about. And that's how, and we hoping Caitlin Clark can be one of these greats on the basketball court for a woman. But in any team sport or any league or whatever sport it is, Nothing is going to be handed to you on a silver platter. You got to go out there and take it and work, like you said, D. Work at your craft, learn the sport, and then like when she does, it's gonna be an explosion. Just exactly what you said, D.
Yeah.
But you don't expect these women from the WNBA to back down from this.
They're not.
You expect her to get bumped and get elbowed and every pushed to the ground. You expect it because these are other women competing. And they're not gonna let this young, 22-year old girl just come in here and take over. No, it's a sport. And that's what's supposed to be done. So,
Right.
like you did with all the whining and complaining from the men, come on. Come on, man.
Relax.
Let's stop it. Let's stop
Relax.
it. Let's stop.
Relax. And last but not least, if anybody who plays for the Indiana Fever are watching this and you're a Caitlin Clark's teammate, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? She
Let's
on the
do
ground
it.
and nobody's there.
Hmm.
She's getting checked and nobody's there. That's the thing that's alarming to me. That's what we need to be talking about, her
Yeah.
teammates. We need to be talking about Aaliyah Boston. We need to be talking about the head coach. We need to be talking about everybody who's around Caitlin Clark. Hey, protect the merchandise, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Protect the merchandise. They're enforcers. Matt Barnes, Ron Artest, Rasheed Wallace. Go down the list of Draymond Green. Go down. You think somebody gonna get out there and hip check Steph Curry?
Hmm.
You got hell to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You think somebody gonna do anything to a prized possession that has the talent to get you to win? Nah. Indiana Fever, ladies, let's do better. Protect the merchandise. And the merchandise is Caitlin Clark. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
All right, let's get into it, Black. It is my favorite championship round in all of sports. I enjoy this more than the Super Bowl, the national championship game, and whatever sport that you love, collegiate athletics. I enjoy this the most, and that is the NBA Finals, where you get 7 games of the 2 best teams in the league that earn this right to get here to compete for a championship. And folks, do we have a great matchup for you? We have the heavily favored number 1 seed, best record in the league all year long, the Boston Celtics, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, taking on the 5th seed out of the Western Conference champions, the Dallas Mavs, led by Luka, the Don, the cold-blooded killer Doncic, and Kyrie, the Wizard, Irvin, Uncle Drew. That's what we have. A host of other great players, great coaching. Black, let's jump into it. Let's start here. What do you think about the matchup, man? When this was set in stone, how do you feel about your finals matchup?
Great matchup, man. Great matchup. I'm happy to see this matchup. We could have got a whole lot of different matchups, but the best 2 teams prevailed. And like you said, the NBA Finals, in my opinion, it don't matter what teams in the NBA Finals. I think the prestige of the finals is something serious, and it's been that way
Glorious.
since the '90s with the Bulls.
It's
And
glorious. The
it's
80s.
yeah,
Back in the
it's
80s.
I know the Super Bowl's up there, but it's something about that the
The
finals. It's something
finals.
about that. Yes,
Yeah.
it's something about it, and to me, it really don't matter what teams are in it because the finals are always going to basketball is always going to give you those great moments. And that's what we expect from this series, man. We got we got great players all on the floor.
Yes.
We got Kyrie returning to another finals trying to win the ring without LeBron. We got Luka in his first NBA finals. We got Tatum and Jaylen Brown back in the finals again trying to right the wrong from 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, man. So many storylines, so many great things going on in the NBA Finals. I'm excited. The 2 best teams prevail, and we're at this moment, D. And I cannot wait till tomorrow night till we get this thing tipped off because we got some great basketball coming our way.
Very excited. Let's go to the odds right now at MGM Grand. Right now, the Boston Celtics are a minus 250 favorite to win the NBA Finals. Decent money right now. The Mavs at plus 200, according to MGM Grand. Game 1 spread is 6.5 favoring the Celtics. If you're a bet man, I'll probably put a couple dollars on plus 6.5 for the Dallas Mavericks on the road. So this is what Vegas is saying. Black, let's go ahead and get into the matchups. One of the greatest sentences in the whole sports world. Black, game 1 of the NBA Finals. I love it. Let's go to it, Black. Who are you taking in game 1? And who are you taking to win this series? And tell me why.
Game 1, I think it's going to be a lot of nerves there. I think if it's some players that probably won't be so nervous, I believe it's Kyrie, Tatum, and Brown. A lot of these young players are here for the first time, so it's going to be a lot of nerve, a lot of feeling each other out in game 1. But I'm going to go Boston to defend home court in game 1. I think Boston comes out, make a statement in game 1. Hopefully make a statement, in my opinion, but I believe they will, because I believe Boston really knows, man, like this is our shot. We were supposed to be here. Now we need to go out and show why we've been the best team all year. We've said it in previous shows, D. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it. We have not seen it. We need to see the Boston Celtics, who were a good team all year long, the best team overall in the league all year. And I think they're going to show that in game 1. I got them winning game 1. And I'm going to pick the Boston Celtics to win this series in 7 games. I believe they get back to Boston for a game 7. I believe with that crowd, Tatum and Brown and the other pieces, Derrick White, that's one of my key players for this series. If Derrick White plays well, it's going to be a very, very good series. But I'm picking them to win this in 7 games, D, and hoist that trophy to make up for what they lost 2 years ago to the Warriors.
Who's your Finals MVP?
Finals MVP, I'm hoping that it's Jason Tatum, because I believe he needs it. He needs it.
He does.
I wouldn't want it to be Jaylen Brown. Honestly, I wouldn't. If you're a star player in the NBA Finals, you want your star player to be the NBA Finals MVP.
Your first team. Your first team All NBA player.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go Tatum. I'm hoping that he finds his way in this series just to go nuclear. Average 35 a game, which is going to be very tough because you got 2 assassins on the other side too. But this series is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of ISO ball, because it's a lot of ISO. This might be one of the first series we've seen in a long time. I mean, in the finals that got a lot of ISO ball, bro.
Yeah.
It was crazy to hear Patrick Beverly talking. He was like, boy, you want to watch ISO ball? If you're an ISO fan, this is the series you need to be watching.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's great players on this court. It's going to be interesting to watch. The thing I'm really going to be watching close attention to also, D, like I said, Derrick White, he's one of my key players. Also, how they're going to use Drew Holiday against Kyrie Irving and putting him on Luka at times. It's going to be interesting to see how they do that. And also Derrick White also being a great defender. So it's going to be interesting to see how Boston handle it. They got a young coach. Who hasn't won a championship, but he's been there. He took over. So we're going to see how he coaches up against Jason Kidd, who's a champion, has won championships before. So he knows what it takes to win a championship. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. There's so many storylines. And then Porzingis coming back. He's going to be able to pull big bodies away from that basket. It's going to be very, very, very intriguing, D, to see game 1 and see how it rolls out. I'm excited. I can't wait. We got us a good finals, D, and I can't wait till we get it tipped off tomorrow night.
I went back and forth with game 1. I went back and forth, but the layoff is going to really benefit both teams, really. But I think the home court, Boston's been home. They didn't have to fly. Yeah. They've been just chilling at the house. They've been home since, for 2 weeks? It'll be 2 weeks, I think, today.
Yeah, because they swept, right? They swept Indiana.
Yeah, they haven't played. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they've been off. So I'm going to lean Boston winning game 1. Mm-hmm. I think they'll edge out. I think there's going to be a big fill-out period throughout the entire game. But I think Boston will squeak out the win. We all know that Luka the Don, Luka Vicevetti, Luka the Machete, Luka the cold-blooded man, Luka the guy that's down the hallway to avoid. Yeah, that guy, he loves the road. Mm-hmm. He loves the road. And if he really gets going, That's going to make things very interesting. But I'm going to say that Boston survives and they hold on and they win a close game one. They might get away late in the fourth quarter, but I think Boston wins game one. But I'm going to take the Dallas Mavericks to win the world championship. When you have a great team like the Boston Celtics, there's a formula to beat them. And the formula is toughness and other great players. And Dallas has that. Since the trade back at All-Star break, do you know who has risen from 26th to 9th in all defensive stats in the league? The Dallas Mavericks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who is the third leading scoring team in all of basketball since that trade? The Dallas Mavericks. Do you know who has the best win percentage since that trade, including the playoffs since All-Star break? The Dallas Mavericks. This is a real team here. They got lucky with these trades to bring in Lively and PJ Washington from the abyss of Charlotte. And what's my other man that came from the Wizards? Other big man for the
I know who you talking about. I can't think his name.
These guys got brought back from the abyss of basketball, and now they're in the finals. Dallas has energy. Lob City 2.0 with them boys out there. Luka is a great passer, and he's been finding these boys. But here's the matchups for me that's going to be critical. Luka gonna get his. You can't stop him. They're going to put Jaylen Brown on him, a bigger body kind of weigh on Luka to see how healthy he is. Now, if Luka is somewhat healthy like he was, because he gradually got better during that Minnesota series. If y'all remember, go back to game 1, game 2 versus the Wolves. Luka was dragging that leg up the court.
Against the Clippers, too.
He was holding that shoulder up. Luka did not look well. But as series got going on and got longer, Luka started to look better. Well, now Luka has rest. He's been able to rest and get the treatment that he needs to be ready to go. The best player on the floor is going to be Luka Doncic every game. That's a check mark for the Dallas Mavericks. Jason Tatum is super talented. Jaylen Brown is super talented. And the Boston Celtics are a really great overall, even across the board team. They literally can do everything well. But who's the killer? Who's the guy that's going to look back at Luka? Who's the guy that's going to look back at Kyrie and tell them no?
Yeah.
The same way, and I'm not comparing these finals, but just follow me. The same way LeBron and Kyrie looked at Steph and Clay and that 73-9 win team, they had great players in Cleveland. They had a great supporting cast in Cleveland. That Warriors team was the best team in basketball across the board. I'm not comparing, but I'm just trying to paint the picture for you guys. LeBron and Kyrie, they didn't have nobody in Golden State that was going to look at them and tell them no.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. I don't see anybody from Boston except one man. If he can evolve into the highest of potential that we know he has, and that is Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum has to look Luka in his face and tell him, no. I don't care how great you are. I'm just as great, if not better. We have to see it because as this series goes on, if it's a long series, it favors the Mavericks. If it's a shorter series, it's going to favor the Celtics. How is Kyrie going to be able to handle the noise? It's waiting for him. It's going to be a beehive in Boston. They don't care about Kyrie being mature now. They don't care about Kyrie, macerating into this leader that he's been for the Mavericks. They don't care about that. They care about Kyrie leaving them high and dry and stepping on the logo.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about Kyrie Irving and what the media's painting him to be now. They don't care about that. How is Kyrie going to handle it? They have the bodies to put in front of Kyrie and switch off. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, they can interchange. They can interchange off Kyrie. Can they keep Kyrie out of the lanes? That's the key. If they can keep him out of the lanes and make him a jump shooter or a perimeter shooter, that's going to work wonders because if he gets in the lane, guess what? Those bigs are swarming now. They're swarming. Luka's going to be able to find them. Kyrie's going to be able to find them for these lobs. Live is going to get 12. PJ's going to get 12. You're going to see Derrick Jones hitting corner three. Like, who knew Derrick Jones could shoot threes? So the matchups are fascinating. Let's go to the other side of the basketball. Is Kristaps ready to go? Will he be able to drag Lively out of the lane so JB and JT can get there and Derek White can get there? Can Porzingis allow some fouls to be given to Boston off Dallas? Can he send Lively to the bench or PJ to the bench? What's going to happen there? Can Drew Holiday really be the foundation and bottle Kyrie up? You ain't going to stop Kyrie, but can you really bottle him? Can he do it? Can he do it? How is Joe Mazzulla going to learn from his last finals appearance against the Warriors, not going up against another championship coach and Jason Kidd? I know he hasn't won one as a head coach, but he's won one as a player and is assistant with the Lakers. He knows what it takes. So it's a lot at stake here. This is theater. This is fine theater of basketball. You legitimately have, 4 of the top 15 players in the league on the floor? You have 2 of the top 5 on the floor for sure. 2 first-team All-NBA guys going head-to-head. That's what you have. That's what you have.
And you got 2 top. You got 2 top 10 defenses on the floor also.
You got a lot going on with this matchup. So I'm very excited to see how it plays out. I agree with you, Black. Boston has to do this now.
They have to.
They have to do this now, because if they don't, there's going to be more questions and loud noise about what should this organization do to try to win a championship. And now we're back talking about who do you trade, JB or JT? Because now we're back having those conversations because they just haven't been able to get on. My final point before we jump back into it. Luka is special.
He is.
This is a special talent. And I'm going to tell you something about these foreign-born players who end up in championship rounds in the finals. Look at Dirk Nowitzki. They didn't grow up watching Jordan. They didn't grow up watching who we watched over there. You know who they idolized? Lionel Messi. They were a part of these large soccer European league. Y'all ever watch the European League game? The NBA crowd has nothing on the Europe League games. Luka been playing against grown men since he was 16. Going into Boston, he's not going to be bothered. That's an advantage for the Mavericks because Luka ain't going to be bothered because he been doing this. So there's some intangibles that the Dallas Mavericks have that make me like them to win in Game 7 in Boston, because if that pressure is in the building for a Game 7 in Boston, I'm just going to be honest, and I'll be the first to say if I'm wrong. I don't know if JT and JB going to be able to handle that. Because you want to know why? I hadn't seen it. Black, let's keep talking about the NBA Finals, man. What you already gave your marquee. Oh, my Finals MVP is going to be Luka Doncic if they win the NBA Finals. You already talked about one X factor for you, Black. What's a key matchup for you in the Finals that you're going to be watching all series long? One key matchup.
You know, I wouldn't call it a key matchup, but I want to see what it's going to be like with Al Horford on the floor. I'm not sure how much he really can give. We all know Al Horford has been a good player in this league for a very long time, D. One of the oldest players in the league, right up there with LeBron. He's always been what's the word I'm looking for? A consistent player for the Boston Celtics. His time there. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to handle those young kids like Lively, PJ, the other kid who we can't figure his name out. It's going to be interesting to see. But for me, if they can figure out, if Porzingis can figure out a way to help Al Horford, or they go with one another and get that lane clear and get those bodies out of the lane, they may have some. The one thing they do have in their favor that they are good.
Gafford.
Gafford. Yeah. The one thing about Porzingis and and Al Horford, they're good shooting big men. You have to
Yeah.
you have to you have to come out and guard them when they're shooting the basketball because they can make shots. Not only can they play inside, but they can also play outside. And I feel like that could be a problem for Dallas because if they're shooting the ball well or making shots, then you have to come out. You can't stay in the paint. And then what that mean? What has Jaylen Brown and JT been feasting on all year? Inside the paint. Because they shoot the ball so well from three, you're going to guard it. The Mavericks have to guard the three because they're one of the best shooting 3-point teams in the NBA and in the playoffs this year, D. So you have to guard it. So that's if you got JT and Jalen making shots or Derek White making shots and Porzingis or and Al Horford, it's just going to open up the lane even more for those guys to go in and do damage there. So I think the key is going to be how is the big man for Boston playing? How Al Horford is going to look against the younger, energized guys of Dallas, and how will Dallas guard? How will Dallas defend the three? Will they be able to run? Will they be able to run Boston off of the 3-point line? D. It's going to be very interesting because who are you really? PJ Washington and Gal. What's his name? Galford are
Gafford.
your core defensively. You need those guys to play really good defensively. Luka give you a little bit. Kyrie may not give you much. I really don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how these big men play out in these series, D, because that's going to be a very big key, in my opinion, is the matchup with Al Horford against those younger guys and what Porzingis can do shooting the ball also.
My key matchup is for the first time, probably all playoff, maybe a little bit with the Clippers. Luka Doncic is going to have to play defense.
Yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks were able to hide him against OKC, and they were able to hide him against Minnesota. He didn't have to guard Shea. He didn't have to guard Ant-Man. He didn't have to guard anybody. He was able to roam around. Dallas was able to switch off everything. Kyrie stepped up his defensive game against Minnesota for sure with his matchups with Mike Conley. But Luka's going to have to play defense. Mm-hmm. Now, on the other end of the floor, he's going to have to pick up either Drew Holiday or he's going to have to pick up Jaylen Brown. One of those two guys, he's going to have to pick up. Now, I'm guessing he's going to have to pick up Jaylen Brown because Kyrie can't guard JB.
He can't.
He's too big. He's too big.
Too big.
So my thing is, this is the first time that Luka's going to have to guard. He's going to have to get out there and get his hands free and get some turnovers. I'm really going to see how he's going to be able to handle the heavy-duty double shift offensively and defensively. Boston's going to make Luka work here. Boston is going to make Luka work here. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to be interested if this series goes longer. Can Luka hold up?
Yeah.
Can he hold up, or will JB and JT and Derek White, like, are they going to wear him down? Are they going to wear him down where his shot starts to hit flat? You can tell when Luka's tired if he's coming across half court and he's just letting it go. Luka has a patented move where he can get you on that back shoulder and ride you to the paint. And if you touch him, it's going to be a foul, or he can get that floater up. It's a bucket. It's one or the other. He's a genius at you riding that left or that right shoulder, and that's what he thrives on when he's on the offensive side of the ball. But guess who else can do that on that other end? JB can do that. Tatum can do that. So that's going to be my matchup is how is Luka's defensive paralysis going to be? Like, what are we going to see here from him as this series continues to go? Because let's call it what it is. The best one-on-one defending guards in the league are in Boston.
Yeah.
They have 3 all-NBA defenders, Drew, Derek White, and Jaylen Brown.
They do.
3.
I forgot about that. Dang.
3. So that's going to be the thing that I'm going to be watching. Will Luka be able to deliver offensively the same way he has the last 2 series? Because now the energy level is going to go up a notch. You're talking about a championship, and you're also playing the best team in the league.
Hey, I got a
All
question
year
for
long.
you. I got a
Yeah,
question for you real quick. Do you really we was able to see Drew in Milwaukee when they played the Suns
yeah,
be just this X factor. I mean, take Devin Booker away. Take him away.
yeah.
And when that series got down to the games that needed to be won, the power of wheels. The power of wheels. We was able to see Drew Holiday be that X factor. Do you think that he's capable of doing that again in this series, being an X factor for Boston and having that experience in the finals, winning the finals, making some of the key plays to help Milwaukee win the finals?
I'm gonna say
Can
yes.
you see
I'm
it?
gonna say yes, but I'm gonna say it'll be like a Drew Holiday game. Like there's going to be a
Okay,
game in this series. It's going to be the Drew Holiday game because the true X factor for them is Derek
Derek
White.
Derek White. You right. You right,
Derek
bro.
White is
It's
the
Derek
Drew
White.
Holiday. He's the Drew Holiday that you're speaking of, like he was for the Bucks when they won their title. I believe
Gotcha.
Drew
Okay.
can have the
Okay.
Drew Holiday game,
Okay.
but Derek White's going to be the piece. Going to be the piece. Black, before we wrap it up, we got to talk about Kristaps Porzingis. He hasn't played since April 29th. Hasn't been seen since game 2 of the second round against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I believe that was April 29th. He has been out. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the media day today of the finals. Then I don't know if you got a chance to see some of Kristaps' interview. I don't know if it's mind games. I don't know if he's still tentative. But Wendy from ESPN, Brian Windhorst, all reports say he is ready to go. He is ready to go. He will start game 1 of the NBA Finals. Everybody and their mama says Kristaps is the piece that has to do his thing for the Celtics to win. Black. If Kristaps is not 100, no one's 100% right now. If Kristaps is not Kristaps, let's just say that. Can Boston win this series?
It's gonna be very difficult. They need Christoph, in my opinion. And you know what's so crazy, D? We've seen this in the past with players with that calf. We seen it with him. We seen it with Giannis this year. We seen it with KD in the past. How really healthy can you get that calf? And we know that
Tough.
calf can lead to so many other things. It can go into your Achilles and you pop
Knock
a
on wood.
Achilles.
It's tough.
Yeah,
Knock on wood. Yeah.
how? But he has set a very long time, D. He's been sitting. Those other two players didn't sit for a very long time, even though Giannis didn't. He didn't play at all on it.
He
But
didn't play.
KD was rushed back, and we see what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been out for a very long time, so I'm not sure. We know he's not going to be 100%, but if Christoph can give you 70%, I think the game thing with Christoph is they need him to rebound and make shots.
Make
They want
shots.
they want that paint to be clear so Tatum and Brown can attack, and then you got guys like Derek White and those other role players off the bench making big time threes. I think that's what's I believe that's going to have to be one of Boston keys, because if you can't get those bodies from out that paint, you're not going to beat the Dallas Mavericks. You're not going to
Yeah.
beat them. If you can't get
Um,
PJ, if you can't get Galford, if you can't get them lively, if you can't get those three brothers outside of that paint, it's going to be over quickly in this series, and the Dallas Mavericks will be champions.
I know Derek. We said Derek White is the X factor of this series because of the matchups out there with Kyrie and Luka. But the most important piece of this entire finals is Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah.
For everything that you just said, if the lanes are not clear for JT and JB to attack, and for the Celtics to be hitting threes to help those lanes stay open, and for Lively and Gafford and PJ Washington to be pulled away from the lanes, this is going to be incredibly hard
It
for
is.
Boston to do this. So game 1 may change a lot of people's minds the way once we see how Kristaps looks. It's the biggest mystery because nobody knows, not even Boston. So game 1 is going to be critical because all eyes are going to be on that left calf of
Yeah.
Kristaps Porzingis.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we get through with game 1, we head Sunday to game 2. I think the conversation just going to be what it's going to be because now we know. Now we know. And it's going to be interesting to see what those conversations are going to be on Friday.
But you want to know something,
1.
though? Jason Kidd's a great coach because, if I was a coach, you know what I would be saying? You know what we both would say? Attack Christoph. Let's see how healthy he is.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see how healthy he is.
Yeah, let's see.
Because if you get him tired and he ain't 100% healthy, there's only so much he's going to be able to give you. If you let him sit out, if you let him sit out there and be able to get the pass and shoot and just look nice without being touched or a body banging them or doing anything like that, it's gonna be a hard series for Dallas. But if I'm Jason Kidd, I'm like, let's attack him. If I'm Kyrie and I'm Luka, let's go his way. Let's put him in pick and roll and see how he gonna handle that. Let's put a body on him to bump him and hit him to see how he's going to handle it. Because for him being in this series, you really want to see what he's capable of. In the perfect world, Dallas just wants him to be able to rebound, like I said, and be able to shoot the 3 or shoot that mid-range like he's good at. Because we know that's his bread and butter, that mid-range and that 3-point and rebounding the basketball. That's how Christoph get his points. That's the type of player he is. And even though Boston's been able to go through these playoffs with not much of a test, this is going to be the test. You got Porzingis. You brought Porzingis in for a reason. We seen Porzingis be a matchup problem for other teams in Boston.
Yeah, for sure.
We've seen immediately.
Yeah.
Before Christoph got hurt, Boston looked lethal. They didn't look bad. They started looking bad when Porzingis went down, or what it was. Boston. And Boston so much of a like you said, they don't have. They got JT and they got Brown. It's more team. It's more team. Yeah, if the pieces go, Boston go. But I'm hoping for a scenario like what you said, D. I want to see some grimy go down. Yeah. Like you say, Luka gonna be out there to kill JT. Can you match it? Can you match it? I want to see it. We haven't been able to see JT just go crazy. And I want to see it so bad because I want to see JT get his ring. Because since these guys, since Jalen and JT been in the league, they've been in the playoffs, they've been in finals. This has to be the year. I'm not looking over that team in Dallas because Dallas could easily win this series also. Yeah. But Boston, at some point, you have to look that team in the eye and let them know y'all not ready yet, bro. This our time. Can they do it?
This on Tatum, man. This on Tatum. we got to go back to 2 years ago. Steph Curry started going off.
And JT was playing well in that series the first couple games. He was playing well.
Yeah, they was up 2-0. They was up 2-0. Yeah. But then Curry started going off. While he was going off, Jason Tatum never responded. And that's why the media is so hard on him, because they watched him in the finals just literally let Steph Curry, and let's call it what it is. The Celtics was the favorite to win that series, not the Warriors.
They was.
The Celtics was the favorites. Look, they had the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart starting at the point guard. Then you had JT, all NBA. They was loaded. Al Horford. Mm-hmm. They was loaded. Terry Rozier. They had a great squad. But then somebody couldn't respond. Well, Jason Tatum just couldn't respond to Steph. And Steph just started going crazy.
Crazy, bro.
And the ultimate embarrassment was winning the title in Boston and hitting them with the night. And the media never forgot that. They never forgave Tatum for that. That's why he finished 5th in the MVP this year. That's why he what was it, 5 votes that he almost didn't make first team All NBA this year?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not speaking about his talent, but that's how the media views him. And I get Tatum is a great kid. He says he does everything right, bro. He talks after the game. He's got a microphone in front of his face. He's a stand-up all-around kid, man.
That don't matter, D. That don't matter.
No, it does matter. It does matter. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Well, we talking about the game.
Let me finish. Let me finish. He does everything right. His talent is exceptional. Everything that JT has to offer to the game, you want it to be in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that element. That element is, can you go and take something? That is his challenge.
Okay.
He got to be able to add that so people can. That's what LeBron's issue was. Can LeBron say, hey, give me the ball, get out the way, and let me, I got to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Can he really ascend? That's what we want to see. I love Tatum. I'm a Duke fan. He come from Duke. I rock with him. I hate the Celtics. I'm a Laker, but I hate Boston. But I rock with JT. I rock with JB. But I want to see him do it. Deep down inside, in my head, I think Boston gonna win. But in my heart, it's a cold-blooded dude over there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
It's two of them.
He cares nothing about Jason Tatum and his narrative. He don't care. He wants to grab that Larry O'Brien and he wants to go back to Barcelona or wherever it is, and he want to be out there drinking beer and doing his thing. Yeah. And he's Luka Doncic. Final thoughts, Black, before we wrap it up.
Yeah, and sorry to cut you off, but I understand a nice guy and everything you do. You just gotta go. You just gotta go be a dog, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to do it
for the league. He's great for the league. He's great for the league.
And at this point with JT, I don't want to hear all the nice guy stuff. I honestly don't, because we know the type of stand-up citizen when it comes to anything NBA. Stand-up guy. Stand-up guy.
Yeah,
but at some point, you just got to say, the hell with that, man. The hell with it. This is what's holding him back right here. This is what's holding JT back. From us having conversations and having shows, man, JT got his ring in the Finals MVP. He was able to hold Larry up and say, I did it. Put his team over the hump. Put his team on his back.
Yeah.
Boston is such a good team all around. In my opinion, and my question is, is Jason Tatum in the midst of all that? Because in my opinion, when you get to the finals, team, all that, it plays a part, but all of it all comes down to who wants it more.
It's going to come down to stars.
Players wants it more.
It's going to come down to stars. It's going to come down to the stars.
Down to the stars.
Yeah.
It's a reason on the NBA Finals commercials they show all the stars. We able to see all those stars that's in that commercial in the lead up to the NBA Finals take over basketball games, win championships. My question to Jason Tatum, you don't want to be in that? You don't want to have your face on that commercial? This is the time, D. And like we've said on so many shows, if Boston don't do it this year, they never will. They never will.
And that's the beauty of it. We're about to find out. So, ladies and gentlemen, game 1 of the NBA Finals, Thursday night, ABC. It's going to be a fascinating series. Looking forward to watching every single game. The finals are spaced out. So your game 1 is Thursday. Your game 2 is Sunday. I have the schedule in front of me for those. I think it's like 2 days in between until you get to
2 days in
games 6. And when you get to 5, 6, and 7, there's only 1 day in between. So your first 4 games, you get the 2 days in between. But this is going to be something fascinating to see. Looking forward to seeing the NBA Finals for sure. Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
And then you double back into Monday, Wednesday, and then maybe a possible game 7 on a Friday night. So let us know in the comments below, man. What are you thinking? Who do you got? Who do you love? You going Mavs? You going Celtics? Who's your Finals MVP? Chop it up with us in the comments, man, and let us know how you guys are feeling, man. So we'll be covering this series as it goes along. The Finals can be a very long experience, but it goes by so fast. We're already in the finals of the NBA season and looking forward to it. All right. So, Black, any final remarks before we shut it down?
Man, I'm excited. Like D said in the beginning, man, y'all hit those thumbs up, man. Show us some love. Keep rocking with us, man. We're gonna continue to give y'all great content. Like D said, a lot of great combat sports coming up. Y'all gonna be hearing from us. So Olympics coming up. Y'all gonna be hearing from us. So y'all hit that. Y'all like the content, man. Hit those thumbs up, and y'all keep rocking with us, man, and tuning in. Appreciate all the love and support.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys once again for watching us, man. Spread the word, share channel, share the videos, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe button, keep helping us grow, man. It just helps pushes us out and let other people know that there's another sports brand out of Jacksonville, Florida, giving you some really dope content. So keep rocking with us, man. Keep it locked here at the Sports Test Live. Again, appreciate all the support. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.